Miscellaneous minds, never explaining the minds. Devilish grin for my alias, aliens who respond. Peddling sin, thinking maybe when you get old you realize I'm not gonna fold or demise. I don't smoke crack, motherfucker, I sell it.
What is going on, everybody? This is the Miscellaneous Minds Podcast. I'm your co-host, Boomer Gato, the cat that hands you your bag back. And to my left over here is the main man sitting there, the man that makes the fat stacks. Taking over from the dynamic duo that won't die. Deadly ideas, brothers, despises your content, and your girls' only fans.
What is going on, everybody? Before we get into tonight's topic, please make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit. And with that, let's get right into it. So, the man continues to rack up wins, and the other man continues to take losses on this particular subject. Ngannou now has a fight with Anthony Joshua. And here's the thing. If you guys are fans of boxing, and if you know me, I can talk boxing for hours. I follow boxing very thoroughly. There is not a day, and I literally mean this, there is not a day that goes by that I don't listen to some boxing-related content. I follow a lot of boxers on Instagram. I follow a lot of the people that cover them. I follow all the goings-ons, fights, so on and so forth. So, when very recently Anthony Joshua had his fight, Deontay Wilder had his fight. Deontay Wilder got embarrassed, Joseph Parker, and Anthony Joshua resoundingly won his fight, showing up the individual that a lot of people think actually won against Wilder, Otto Wallin. Here's the thing. The reason these two had this fight, were on the same card, is because they were setting up a fight for March for these two individuals. Again, Anthony Joshua won his fight. Deontay Wilder not so much. So now they've set up a new card, more than likely in Saudi Arabia. I believe it's Saudi Arabia if I'm not mistaken, where Anthony Joshua is going to go up against Ngannou, the man that embarrassed Tyson Fury. And Deontay Wilder is going to be on the other card. Now, all that Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder aside, we're here to talk about the man, Ngannou. The man that chose to bet on himself. The man that Dana White, the loser in this story, bet against, disrespected, said he wouldn't make a dime, said it was going to be one fight and nothing. That was going to be it. That man continues to take these L's against the man Ngannou. As far as I'm concerned, Ngannou is now either 3-4 or 5-0 against the UFC. Let me explain. First, the man bet on himself. In his last fight, even though he was injured, coming back from knee surgery, he took his last fight, dominated the man that, let's be honest, Dana White wanted to win. Ngannou went off into the sunset. They said, you're not going to get a deal. You're not going to get a good deal with anybody else. Signed a great deal with the PFL that would also allow him to go box. First match that he has in boxing against Tyson Fury, which a lot of people say current top heavyweight in the world. Pretty much embarrassed the shit out of Tyson Fury. Yeah, he lost that fight. But a lot of people are saying, hey, look, dude, let's be honest here. Ngannou won the fight. Now, he has a fight up against Anthony Joshua, another big name. I personally have Anthony Joshua at number 3. Yeah, you can mix around a little bit who goes here, but Anthony Joshua, in my eyes, is number 3 heavyweight in the world. But here's the thing. The reason that this is another major W for Ngannou is it's another gigantic bag that's coming his way. He got reported, I believe, don't quote me on this one I could be wrong, I believe $10 million for his fight against Fury. More than he's ever made. According to a lot of people, more than he's made his entire UFC career. And now he's fighting another top heavyweight, one of the biggest draws from the UK. And let's be honest, the bag is going to be pretty big itself. So in just 2 fights, this man Ngannou is going to make more than he's ever made his entire UFC career by 3, 4, 5 times. You know, I don't often agree with Oscar De La Hoya. I was a fan of his growing up. I think he did a lot of sus shit, but I don't often agree with the man. But he said something recently, specifically about this fight, about Ngannou going to go fight Joshua, I'm sorry. He said, Dana White constantly talks shit about boxing. That it's better for MMA fighters to stay in MMA, not go boxing because they can't make any real money. And yet, here we are. Ngannou making in one fight, just one, more than he made his entire UFC career. And now he's about to have his second fight. Again, I rarely agree with Oscar. Rarely. But he also said, why don't some of you MMA fighters start crossing the street? He said, look, your little pink-haired doofus, Sean O'Malley, he keeps asking to fight. The Ryan Garcias, he keeps asking to fight. The Gervonta Davises. Why? Because they know they're gonna get a fat fucking payday. As much as Dana White doesn't like it, he isn't the money. He's the absence of money. He is negative money. And it shows in the UFC lawsuit, the filings and everything that's been coming out of that court case. They rob MMA fighters of money. If the MMA fighters really want to make money, go box. Do at least 1 or 2 boxing matches. And then if you want to go back to fucking UFC, do it. But at least those 1 or 2 fights will set you up for a nice fat fucking payday. What do you think about that, my man?
Look, man, it just shows that Dana White doesn't really know what he has until they're finally gone. They're his play toys, and he always said, oh, the best fighters are always in the UFC. Well, it turns out, no, they're not. Once they're in the UFC, now you're starting to realize, yeah, you fumbled that bag hard. It's not even that. That wasn't even the first time that happened. Look what happened way back when. Conor McGregor fighting Floyd Mayweather. Soundly defeated. There's no doubts about it. It is a limited sport. And somehow, they still soundly defeat your guys. How do you say that you have the best sport in the world and your guys lose to a limited sport that, again, by any other measure, would have limited standing? And look, let's be 100% honest. This isn't the first time that Dana White didn't realize what he had until he lost it. I'm still super salty about it because he lost such amazing flyweight in Mighty Mouse. You look at Mighty Mouse's career right now, and you think, well, people don't really think flyweights are that exciting. Bullshit! Have you seen Mighty Mouse fight? Have you seen him fight in one specifically? In one championship, this man is basically advertising himself with his Mighty Mouse Gaming and saying, look, these are the fights, go watch me, I'm about to go do this thing real quick. He even does reactionary stuff where he watches fights in the UFC, mind you. He is doing advertising for them. Dana White never once advertised Mighty Mouse in his entire career in his 12-fight title streak defense. Not once was it advertised. Now you look at what Mighty Mouse is doing, and look, the man is phenomenal. He is absolute peak in his game. This is not the first time it's doing it. Dana White is going to fumble the bag yet again. He already fumbled it with Mighty Mouse. He already fumbled it with Francis Ngannou. It's going to happen again. This man is just stubborn as it comes as fighting promotion. As much as he doesn't like Bob Arum, he is just like Bob Arum. As much as he complains about it, he is the exact same person.
Here's the thing, my dude. If you really pay attention, so here's the thing. The Oscar De La Hoyas, the Floyd Mayweathers, the Bob Arums, all those individuals, they are a promoter. They are essentially the middleman. Why do I say this? Because they've all left their original promoter, became a promoter, and then kind of done the same thing with the exception of Bob Arum. He was just always a promoter. But, so for example, back in the day, Oscar De La Hoya had a promoter. He bought out of his contract. He eventually became a promoter, and now the same thing that Dana White does to his fighters, Oscar does to his boxers, to a smaller degree, but still the same thing. Floyd Mayweather followed in the footsteps of Oscar De La Hoya, bought out of his contract, started his own promotion. Then, he got all those fighters under him, all those boxers under him, became a promoter, does the same thing. Listen, if the truth is the UFC a great brand? Sure, absolutely, it's a great brand. That's one thing that I won't knock them for. Their branding is great. They brand themselves as the best, so on and so forth. They're phenomenal at it. But they are not the best by any means out there. There's a number of individuals that, for example, Derek Brunson and such, that went from the UFC, went and fought in a different promotion. And now they're saying, hey, I'm making way more money than I ever made. The one thing that, for example, an Ariel Helwani said is, you don't really pay attention to these other promotions. And it's sad because they have a lot of talent. The only difference is the UFC was essentially the first big one, and they've managed to hold the monopoly, which is one of the reasons they're in court. But listen, the reality of it is, that's all they are, is great branding. They're not a better product. In a lot of cases, other products are much better. As far as the money, let's keep it 100. Do you really think, even though Ngannou lost his fight against Tyson Fury, he's sad that he didn't get his performance bonus? His $40,000 performance bonus? You think that's hurting him right now? No. The man, again, easily made that up with a loss. And here's the thing. The reality of it is, if he performs the same way that he performed against Tyson Fury, he has a chance of winning. Now, I'll be honest with you. Given what we already know, given the fight that we saw that he had against Tyson Fury, I don't believe that Anthony Joshua is going to make the same mistakes as Fury did. I don't think Fury really took the fight seriously. I think he got in his own head. I'm the top dog. I'm number one heavyweight, boxing heavyweight, so on and so forth. So I think he didn't take the fight as seriously as he should have. Which, if you make that mistake against Ngannou, he will fuck you up. So again, I'm still going to favor Anthony Joshua. I don't think it's going to be quite the same fight that Ngannou had against Fury, because now we all know all the boxing heavyweights have been put on notice. So the reality of the circumstances is, I still favor Joshua, but hey, look, listen, don't ever count Ngannou out. This is just another massive W under the belt of Ngannou. And you know what's even crazier, bro? I was listening to a different MMA podcast, and in 2012, so 12 years ago, Ngannou was homeless. 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 2 months ago, a month ago, not even that long ago, this man made multi-million-dollar. Things can change. All you got to do is apply for yourself. So never count out this man. Never count out people that will go to the ends of the earth to get what they want to get done, because the truth is, as long as you're consistent, you will get that shit done. Anything else you want to add to that, my man?
I think that's it for me.
And with that, make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe. And with that being said,
until next time, get rest and stay blessed. We'll see you on the next one.